Hello there, fellow Automachefs. It is I, Ducky O'Brien, and I've finally beaten level 13 High Friers with 100% efficiency. And I think I took like 16 hours to try to make a build. And let me tell you, it was really rough. And I had a lot of help from Ria again. Huge shout out to Aya. Man. And also thanks to all the people who keep dropping by. I streamed this very late. Like in the morning, US Central, like 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. because I am a degen. But Friers keeps dropping by, Menti Python, a lot of other people. I want to get into it. First of all, this level is very hard to get a 100% in because I think it was poorly coded. There are 2 lanes here, and the scoring is based on your build as if there are only 1 lane. So you have to make a very efficient build and you have to use a lot of tricks to get there. I'm gonna go over those tricks. It's not gonna make sense because the game is weird, okay? Why don't we get into it? First of all, if you notice, I'm using only long arms. Long arms will save you a lot of power. You can see my build cost here. Your build cost doesn't affect your efficiency rating. That's right. Even though if you go and look on the end screen with the score and you click on it, and it says if you make a smaller build, if your footprint is smaller, it's going to increase your efficiency. That is a straight up lie. It does not. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to run this and it's going to be 100%. So number 1, long arms will be saving power because they are super fast. So power is calculated per module based on the animation time. So long arms take less time, so they're gonna use less power. Another thing, if your arms are rotated only 90 degrees, if they only move 90 degrees to the left or to the right, it will use even less power because the animation time is shorter. So if you look at my arms, they're positioned weirdly, but most of them move 90 degrees. A few of them I couldn't avoid. Alright, number 2, high speed dispensers use less power than regular dispensers for the same reason as the long arms. So even though if you look here, and it says that, okay, this uses 1500 watts, and this uses 3000, because the animation time for dispensing ingredients are shorter, it uses less power. It's insane, it's crazy, but that's how it is. Another thing, you can change the speed of the conveyor belts, and the lower the speed, the less power it uses. In fact, I have a lot of conveyor belts not moving to save even more power. So reducing conveyor belts is the best thing you can do. In fact, if you use long arms instead of conveyor belts, wherever you can, you're gonna save so much power. Alright, another thing, I'm gonna use order readers. This is standard. And I'm only going to turn on the devices when the order is pending. Some of these have manual timings. I'm going to go over all of that soon. Another thing, I only order or fulfill the orders for the chicken melt for the restaurant side. There's a reason for that. Thanks to Aya again, where literally looked at the orders and they're the same and they don't change. And there are 2 melts for the restaurant side and then 4 melts for the takeout side. And melts use a lot of ingredients. So if you ignore the melts from the takeout side, you're gonna make up those orders using cheesy dogs and a few other things. So it just makes it easier if you just ignore the takeout side for the melts, because then I don't need a sorting arm and I don't need an order reader. Genius. Alright, why don't we go over the build? Man, this took me so long. Okay, for starters, loading the game is a little bugged. Make sure that these conveyor belts that are attached to the order fulfillment areas are set to 1. It will revert to 5 when you load it for some reason. Now these conveyor belts, I have this set to 1. I have these set to 2. I have all of these set to 2, that one's set to 1. The reason being, this conveyor belt is not used for moving stuff, it's just used for placing items. Now this is my sorting system. I have long arms here. This one is picking up fried chicken, and I set it to 2 tiles away. So fried chicken is coming from this side, it's gonna go down this conveyor belt, and if I have a takeout order, this arm will be activated 1 time. It's gonna pick it up and drop it off here. And this arm will pick it up and drop it off here. Again, it's replacing the conveyor belt here, this arm, and it's a lot faster and saves power because the arms only use power when they're doing something. This arm is picking up the double bacon burger 2 tiles away. It's gonna pick it up from here and drop it off here. This is the bacon burger production line, and it drops it off here. Again, if I have a restaurant order, this arm will activate 1 time, I'll drop it off here and go through here. If not, the arm will just do nothing, I'll go all the way down here into the takeout side. If you can look, I flip-flop the arms for a reason, okay? So make sure they're oriented the same way. Here with the cheesy dog, again 2-2. The cheesy dog is going to be dropped off here. Same thing's going to happen. If there's a takeout order, the arm will activate once, it'll drop it onto this line, it'll go through. If not, it'll ignore it, I'll just go through the restaurant side. So these are the order readers. As you can see, takeout, fried chicken, perform 1 time on new order. Restaurant, double bacon burger, perform action 1 time on new order. And then we have the takeout, cheesy dog, perform action 1 time on new order. Okay, let's go over the builds here. So this is the double bacon burger production line. Long arms will give you so much flexibility in building your production line for that item. So here we have high speed dispensers set to 2 seconds. We got bacon strips down here, and we have the raw patty down here. It goes into this conveyor belt, which is set to 1 speed, and then this long arm, pick it up. Have it going left, it's gonna drop it off 2 tiles away. So it's gonna pick it up here and drop it off onto the grill. The grill is set to power saving mode. Now we have a long arm here picking up the crispy bacon strips, and it's gonna deposit it to the left side into the assembler. If you notice here, assemblers actually have 4 input and output regions. So you don't have to use just these 2 tiles in front. These 2 tiles to the side are also inputs. The same with the other end. These 2 tiles are outputs. Guess what? These 2 tiles are outputs as well. So you can grab it from way more areas and put stuff in from way more areas. I'm putting it in from here. Okay. Alright, now we have the cheese high-speed dispenser set to 2 seconds. We have the burger bun set to 2 seconds. And it's going through the food processor into this conveyor belt. This one is set to 1 again because the belt is just there for stuff to be put on, and then the arm will grab it. It's not used for transporting. This arm will grab everything and put it into the left side here. Again, the arms are rotating 90 degrees to save power. And then we have this arm here. It's gonna grab stuff 2 slots away. Make sure that your dish is on the left side. That's why they do it, because if you put the arm here and the dish is here, it won't grab it. You can put it on the left side 1 slot away right here. Now if you take a look at the order readers, we have the restaurant and takeout boxes checked. We got the double bacon burger here, and we're gonna dispense the items as per the recipe. So we got 1 time for bacon strips, 2 times for raw patty, 2 times for cheese, and 1 time for the burger bun. 2 time champ. Now we got here, you gotta use this, alright? Turn on the food processor for 11 seconds. I timed these manually, so I went through, I picked a time that was safe, and I kept going down until it failed. So 11 seconds for the food processor. Electric grill unfortunately needs to be on for longer than 20 seconds on power saving mode, so on-one order is pending. And then these conveyor belts turn on for 1 second on new order. These 2 conveyor belts. The reason being is there's a bug in the game where if you select do nothing, it's supposed to leave the belts turned off, I believe. But sometimes it stays off, sometimes it doesn't. So it's just better to say turn on for 1 second on new order, because it'll stay off for most of the run. Now the assembler is set to normal. If you use power saving mode, you actually end up using more power because it takes longer for the food to get into the delivery area, and then the grill will be on for a longer time, so the power saving of the assembler is offset by the grill being on for a longer time. You gotta think about stuff like that. It's insane. This level is cursed, okay? It's not supposed to be this way. Unfortunately, there are other levels with 2 lanes where you have to worry about stuff like this, but this one is the most challenging to me so far. I haven't played level 27 to the end yet, but we'll see. So here, we have the chicken melt. This arm will take out the output and put it here. Look, it's dropping to the right side 2 tiles away. If you look at the arm, it's dropping it off here, it's grabbing it from here. So much flexibility in the design. Here we have the High Speed Dispenser for bacon strips set to 2 seconds. We have the bread slice set to 2 seconds. Going on to a conveyor belt with 1, speed of 1. Again, it doesn't matter because the speed is 1 because the speed doesn't matter because it's just there so the arm can grab stuff. We have a regular dispenser because unfortunately I ran out of money. It's raw chicken set to 5 seconds. This long arm will grab it and deposit it to the right, 2 spaces away onto the electric grill, which is set to power saving mode. We have the cheese dispenser set to 2 seconds. Going through this conveyor belt, this arm will grab a grilled chicken. Okay, it's gonna grab the grilled chicken from the grill, put it into here, and it's gonna run through the food processor so that the cheese and the chicken get shredded. We have this long arm here, putting stuff into the right, 2 spaces away, into the assembler here, the input. This one will grab the crispy bacon strips and put it into the assembler as well. The assembler is set to power saving mode because we can manually time everything in this production line, and we will not miss orders. So here we have the dispensers dispensing the exact number of ingredients, 1 time for everything and then 2 times for the bread. And here are the timings again. I had to tweak this manually. 19 seconds, turn on for 19 seconds on new order for the food processor. Conveyor belt, turn on 1 second on new order, again just to keep it turned off. Electric grill is set to 15 seconds and the conveyor belt is set to 20 seconds. Okay, so these conveyor belts were turned off. Okay. Now we have the fried chicken line right here. It looks weird because the long arms are dropping stuff off, but you save so much space. Conveyor belts are the devil in this game because they're always on and they use a lot of power. So anyways, we got the bread slice. This is manually timed because I saved an order reader for the ingredients. So the weird thing is this level, the ingredient count doesn't matter as much as the power. So I had an ingredient count of 171, which is very low. But the power usage mattered more, so my efficiency went down. So I was like, screw it, let's do automatic timings for the chicken. 25 for the bread slice, 25 for the raw chicken, and 25 for the egg. If you don't use 25 for this build, it screws up the efficiency. We got a belt set to 2 here. If it's 1, it's a little bit too slow. Going into the food processor, this arm picks it up and puts it into the assembler. It's doing breaded chicken pieces at normal, because again, if you do it slow, the fryer will be on for too long. We got this long arm picking up the breaded chicken pieces, dropping it 2 slots into the right into the Frymatics. The Frymatics is set to power saving mode, because it's always on. This long arm picks it up and it deposits it here into the packaging machine, which makes fried chicken and goes into this conveyor belt. Again, if it's on the restaurant side, nothing needs to happen, just goes all the way down. And if it's on the takeout side, this arm will activate 1 time and grab it and put it here. Now there's only 1 order reader for the fried chicken. Restaurant and takeout are both checked. We got fried chicken and everything is on while order is pending. Man, this is taking a while. Now we have the cheesy dog. We got the hot dog set to 2. We got the hot dog bun set to 2 seconds. And we got the cheese set to 2 seconds. It's coming out. This long arm grabs it, puts it onto the grill, which is set to power saving mode. This arm will grab the cooked hot dogs, put it down here, That's gonna meet the cheese, which is being shredded by these two food processors. The buns coming out here. This one long arm grabs everything, dumps it in to the left side, here into the assembler. And then the assembler is at the power saving mode because again we tweaked all the times manually. And this arm picks it up from the output slot right here, drops it off 2 spaces into the conveyor belt, and there you go. For the order readers, you have to copy these timings, okay? Electric grill is on for 12 seconds. You have to do this. We're dispensing each of the ingredients 1 time. Here we got the food processor on. The first one closest to the dispenser is on for 5 seconds. The one furthest away is 10 seconds because the first one has to be on for 5 seconds and then the second one has to be on for 10 seconds because it has to wait for the first one to be done. Alright, and then we got the 2 conveyor belts on for 1 second in new order so that stays off. What a doozy of a level. The game, I tell you, the efficiency scoring is busted, and thankfully though, thanks to these tips, you can get 100% on I believe every level except for Flatline, which is bugged at 96 max, I think. Alright, why don't we go? We're gonna run it. I'm so glad that this level is over because I spent so much time. I lost sleep over it. Here the ingredients are dispensed and they stop and they clog so that it doesn't overproduce ingredients. This is made intentionally like this. As you can see, this is so efficient. If it goes here, it's gonna go here. Now it's gonna fail the chicken melts on the takeout side on purpose, okay? We did this to save 1 sorting arm and 1 order reader. You're gonna be at 20% reputation, and that also does not affect your efficiency, which is very weird. Alright. Look at this. Look at this efficient and beautiful production line. Now, if you can get lower numbers than this, please let me know what your build is. I would love to know what tweaks you can possibly make, because I was going out of my mind trying to think of ways to save power. As you can see here, this belt is not moving. It's everything here is to squeeze out as much power of this build as possible, so that you're using as little as possible. It's like squeezing water from a rock, okay? It was so difficult. I believe like 16 plus hours just to get it done. A huge shout out to Aya once again. Dude, without the tips that Aya gave me, all the efficiency tips I learned from Aya, I would not have been able to make this build. Okay, so if you actually write down the orders, they don't change and they're the same. After the first 20, you're gonna see, yeah, the double bacon burger and then 2 cheesy dogs here. And those are gonna be the last 2. And then there you go. 100%, okay? $219,500 for the build, 191 ingredients. I wish I could lower the ingredient count. I have no idea how to do it and keep this power. But 2,164 watt hours, 40 meals delivered, 4 meals failed on purpose, and then sweet 100%. Anyways, thank you for dropping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully this helped you guys because it drove me insane. I could not for the life of me figure out how to do it. I was just going crazy, and finally I had a breakthrough. Anyways, there you have it, folks. If you got any questions, comments, things you'd like to see or for me to cover, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, hope you guys are staying safe and sane out there, especially if you're playing this game, and I will catch you guys next time.